This is the new Icc Request Form. This is the form that the retailer or general contractor or adjuster that would go in, submit a request form automatically into the system, into Icc, built from the ground up. The main reason why this is being redone is obviously requested by Wes, but the older Icc Request Form hasn't been, was originally done about 8-9 years ago. There's a lot more things we can do, a lot more things to automate it, a lot more ways we can make it user friendly. So I'm going to give you a demo of the new one I've built. So right away, it looks pretty familiar. Right now we're still just asking for an email address because there's a lot of people that's all they know. So I'm going to give you a demo. So I'm going to log in as Avenue Interiors right here. So the first thing it actually does is actually checks if the login's good right away. So it's actually doing a check live rather than doing a page refresh. And if it's good, it sends them to the new Icc Request Form page. So right away you can see it looks different but very consistent to what you're used to. And that's because everything relatively is in the same place, but we got some more powerful features. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that header. You can see how it's always steady at the top right here. It always stays at the top, so no matter whoever's filling in the form, they'll have access to this. And the reason why they need this is it's basically the new way to validate a form. So you can see, you got the general areas here. You got insurance company, adjuster, contractor, insured, sample info, and the retailer. And you got these little colors. So basically the concept is, if you've got everything green, you've got a complete request form and you can submit. I mean, you could submit a form at any point, like you could before, but you'll get this little pop-up saying your Icc request form is incomplete and missing the following data, and lists it all out. I mean, obviously, in this case it's empty, but if they're missing one field, it would show what that one field is, and it has nice detailed names like we're missing the insured city, etc., etc. So right away, we already see the retailers filled out because the retailer's automatically filled out. So also right here you'll notice we have the card. This is the card of whoever's submitting it. Before we just showed their name and stuff like that. It wasn't very interactive. This way we're kind of making it feel like it's actually the person filling it out. So in this case I've logged in as Avenue Interior. I can see that I'm an Icc retailer. If we have a logo for them, we show the logo and all their contact information. This will all change depending if it's a general contractor or adjuster. So it's kind of a cool feature, just to make it look pretty. So I'm going to get into this whole system of basically validating fields. So another thing I should mention real quick is all these form posts are now using Ajax, which is a super fast, efficient way to do it, whereas the old one was kind of using a hidden frame. It's actually really, really quick. So if I click the Viva, you can see it fills out really quick. And if you saw that little blinking going on, a new interactive tool sort of, just make it a little easier. Is anytime data changes, you're going to get, it's going to highlight what's been changed with that little green burst I created right there. So if we fill this out and we fill it out, we're going to notice that this turns green, and now the insurance company is marked off with a little checkbox so that the person now knows, hey, I've got this part done, I need to do the rest. Now the reason why you see yellow versus red, yellow means it's recommended you fill it in, but it's actually going to go green if you ignore it. So think of red as required and yellow as recommended. So it's the same system as before. So another cool thing is I got search buttons for all the fields, and it comes a little pop-up, and it'll look for any piece of the name. So if you know the guy's name is, let's say Hodge, it's going to look for anybody that has those names. So I'm going to look for anybody that's got the name Wes. A bunch of people have the word Wes. So you can see there's insurance companies, and there'll also be contacts as well, because you could be searching for the insurance company. So a lot of people with Wesley. So if I just knew the guy's name was Wesley or Taylor, I could type either one of those. I can see, oh, it's let's say it's on the on-side restoration services Markham. Now if I click it, you'll notice that all three fields filled out. So they can either search by the contract company, or they can search by the contact. It's really one button system to fill it out. So really easy. Anybody with the name Byrne, David Blackburn, first on site, and you can see all his stuff changed. So the search system, really easy, really friendly. You can do it for anybody, for insurance companies, for the adjuster contractors, the independent adjuster contractors, one-click searches, and it's done. And also you can see now the contractor is marked off as done. So that's generally how this system works. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill this out just so you can show you what the final form would look like. So I'm going to say it's Tristan Hodge in 123 Fake Street, and I'm in Ontario, Toronto, and it's not going to get a postal code, but L5N1 L2. And you can see now this has gone green because we have the required address information. So the only thing we're really missing is a sample. So if I just said It's going to be in the basement. And you can see another cool thing I've added is recommended for the rooms. What I did is I took the top, I think, 30 names in all the locations you've used throughout the system, throughout the entire history, and put in the most common ones. So you can see if it's bedroom, you got basement bedroom, you got master bedroom, you got basement bedroom. I guess I got that twice, so I'll take that out. Or you had dining room or bathroom. Just the most common stuff you've ever used, I've put in there. And you can see this is gone green. So what's happened now is all the stuff is green except for adjuster, but adjuster isn't required. And then you can see that this actually changed to saying, okay, now you can submit it, and it won't give you that pop-up saying, are you sure? So if you took something out, it goes back to hey, we're still missing insured. Add it back. You're done. So that's the new request form that I'm working on. Wes will give you a bit of an example, a live example, so you can test it. Oh, another thing I want to show you is with Aviva we have extra fields. So if I go into Aviva, you can see now the insured is still missing information because we have two new fields. We have policy number and date of loss. So if you put those in, oops, just put them in a proper way. Oops, there you go. I don't have the off on that. Anyway, you can see now it's successful, so it'd be green. So that's the new form, and well, there's a couple more things I'm going to test, but Wes will give you a live demo where you can test it. All right, ciao.